hey, Frank Paris here, magician, electronics guy, whatever you want to call me is okay. Just don't call me late for dinner, which I'm always late for dinner. I want to talk to you about the market for seance props and the market for people who now go out and do seances as an entertainment vehicle. And they go to somebody's house and they set up their little seance thing and they do a whole bunch of different things that they do. Spirit rapping and spirit trumpets that talk and things like that. Speaking of which, spirit trumpet is one of the main things that was used by the spiritualists back in the 1890s, early 1900s. That's what Houdini got so upset about, because he knew that these things were all rigged and phony and that kind of thing. Now, if you're using this stuff for entertainment purposes and you're not just entertaining a bunch of people who call you over and they ask you to do a seance and for entertainment purposes only, then it's cool. Okay, but if you're going over there to try to communicate with somebody that passed away who is a relative or a friend of somebody who's going to be there, then I kind of frown on that. Okay, because we all know as magicians and as entertainers that it's the bunk for the most part. Just ask Randy, the amazing Randy. Anyway, that's not, I want to get off on a tangent. I just want to tell you about a new product that I'm coming out with, which is going to be available when you see this video. And that product is the Frank Paris Spirit Box. It's not going to be costing you $1,200 like the Spirit Trumpet does. Some of them cost $1,200. I've seen some go for as high as $2,000, $2,500 in Europe, because they've been copied already. And I'm sure this will be copied too, but hopefully I'll get it out at a decent price for everybody, which I believe is going to be around $350 to $400. And the item is the Frank Paris Spirit Box. Now, if you want to do a card trick with it, or if you want to do some other kind of trick with it, it's completely rechargeable and programmable. Now, I don't mean by programming that you sit there and you type in something and you got to program something on the computer. You can hook up the unit onto your computer, you get the cable and everything, and just take the MP3s that you've created, either using voice synthesizers or something you've downloaded, say, from an MP3 library up on the internet, and just move them over to the Spirit Box gimmick. And you now have something you can use to force a card or to make a prediction or that kind of thing. So, which is good. And it's small. The unit inside here is a little bit bigger than a pack of cigarettes. You take it out, you hook it up, you download the MP3s. You can do 4 or 5 different messages, one right after the other. It's automatic. If you go near the box, it will say the first message. If you go near the box the second time, it'll say the second message, or third message, or fourth message. Or, if you only want 2 messages, just put 2 messages on there, and only 2 messages will come out of the box gimmick. So that's that. So we know that it's easy. You just hook it up to your computer and copy, paste, or move to the unit and the MP3s. It only takes MP3s that you'd like for your show. And you're all set. You're ready to do your show. You just got to remember a little script, whatever the script may be. For instance, I'll give you an example. And by the way, this is pretty loud. You can do this in a parlor setting. And there's a volume control to the point where you can have a normal volume, say for a close-up table or a seance table, and you can have a louder volume for, say, a parlor magic show or seance show, that kind of thing. So, bearing all of that in mind, let me give you the idea. You go out and you buy a Popeye deck. Just an example. This is not a Popeye deck. It's a regular deck. So for illustration purpose, you buy a Popeye deck. And let's say your force card is an 8 of hearts. So your Popeye deck, every other card's the 8 of hearts, and when you spread out the cards, they look normal on the faces, and when you turn them over, because it's a Popeye deck, whatever card they pick will be the 8 of hearts, and you slide that card out, and you place it in front of the box. Okay? Now let's just say you have a deck of cards that belong to a family member who is dearly departed. Okay? And this is the deck you're going to be using, and it is connected spiritually to the Spirit Box, the Frank Paris Spirit Box. So that when you open up the box, the first thing you're going to hear is, I am here. Okay? And I'm going to say, are you going to help us today with the magic trick or the seance trick that we want?
I see you have something of mine.
Yes, I have your deck. I have your deck of cards.
What do you seek?
I have your deck of cards. Can you help us with a trick?
I am here. What is your question?
Can you tell me what card the spectator just picked, which I pushed in front of your box, your spirit box? Can you tell me?
I see the color of crimson. It's a heart. I see the number 8.
And of course, the card is now the 8 of hearts. And that is four MP3s that I put and programmed in sequence. Not programmed, I'm sorry. I put them on there in the sequence I wanted them to play. And you can see how loud it is. So this whole unit, okay, is in a box. You get the box, or a box similar to this. I have some other boxes. I can't control what kind of boxes I get. So they may look different than these. But it'll be something along the lines of this. There'll be a little Victorian, steampunky, that kind of thing. So you'll have something that looks like 1890s England, Victorian type or steampunk. So you'll get a box similar to this box. Okay? And you take the unit, so I keep saying programming. You take the unit, you put it in the box. You rehearse your script. You can use a Popeye deck, or you can use a force deck, or you can force the card yourself. You can have a silk laying on top of the box, and then when you open up the box, you say the silk is part of the routine, whatever kind of a routine that you can think of that you want to use to make this a little bit more dramatic or comical or whatever you want to do. The box, the spiritual box, the Frank Paris Spirit Box, will give you that edge over, say, a big trumpet that you got to carry around with you and that kind of thing. So that's it, my friends. This is the box. It's the Frank Paris Spirit Box, and it comes with the box and the programmable electronic module encased in, a nice housing, so you won't have to worry about playing around with any kind of electronics, and a charging cable, and it will be for sale at PREI Auctions, my eBay site, in a couple of days, actually. Thank you very much.